All
All
right,
right,
everybody,
everybody,
welcome
welcome
back to
back
the
to the
channel
channel
where we
where we
track
track
down,
down,
body
body
snatch, and
snatch, and
react to
react to
some of the
some of the
craziest
craziest
videos I
videos
can
I can
find
find
across
across
the
the
interweb.
interweb.
And we
And
got
we
a
got a
great
great
show
show
for you
for you
today,
today,
so
so
like it,
like it,
love it, or
love it, or
hate it.
hate it.
Let's get
Let's get
after it.
after it.
What appears to be a sunshade in the car's windscreen. Then, through another window, there's nothing in the car at all. The camera goes back and forth a number of times, and each time you can see the sunshade disappear.
The soldier who
What?
fought in 3 armies.
And
And that
This
had to
one
be
man
because of
served
the
in the
frickin'
camera
right there
for
for sure.
like some
Like some
editing,
editing, you know.
Soviet, Nazi, and U.S. armies, all in the same war. His name was Yang Kyung-jong, a Korean man who may have had the wildest World War II journey ever. First, he was conscripted by the Japanese army, which occupied Korea, then captured by the Soviets and sent to fight for them. When the Germans captured him during the Battle of Kharkov, they put him into the Nazi Wehrmacht. Later, he was captured by American troops in Normandy, still wearing a German uniform. He didn't speak a word of English or German. Just imagine the confusion. After the war, he was sent to a POW camp and later emigrated to the US, where he lived quietly until his death. One man, 3 uniforms, 1 chaotic war. Comment 3 lives if this story blew your mind, and follow for more unbelievable war stories.
It's
It's
crazy
crazy
because
because
that dude
that dude
fought in
fought in
3
three
different
different
wars
wars
for
for
3
three
different
different
countries.
countries.
But
But
a
a
lot of
lot
us
of us
have
have
family
family
members
members
that have
that have
fought
fought
in
in
multiple
multiple
wars
wars
like
like
that,
that.
up,
Up,
3
three
different
different
full-on
full-on
wars.
wars.
You're telling me
Their
these
family.
Agarthians, these people from Antarctica, are living amongst us?
Look, like I told you, Agarthia is basically the capital city, right? The mainland nation in Antarctica, okay? But there are these surrounding countries, right, with much poorer, more desperate citizens kind of just living in poverty-stricken environments, right? Some of which, okay, have over the centuries made their way from Antarctica into other parts of the world, right? This is where you start getting cases of what we know as albinism or albinos.
You're saying albinos are descendants of Agarthia? I mean, I thought this was just a medical condition.
Buddy, look at the facts. Okay, the word albino is derived from the Latin word albus, which literally just means white. Listen, if you go back to the Roman author Aulus Gellius, okay, in his infamous book Attic Nights, he wrote about these white-skinned, light-haired people, said that they came from distant lands. Okay, this can be interpreted as one of the first written accounts of the Garthians spotted in the known lands. Fast forward.
Yeah, for sure it could be interpreted in that, but it could also be interpreted in Christopher Columbus coming
to the
over.
mid-1800s, and you start getting these medical explanations as to what it is, but it's just all a misinterpretation, right? These are descendants of Agarthians who slipped through the cracks.
All right, so what if it was they
they
have a
have a
medical term
term
for
for
it,
it,
albinism or
albinism or
whatever.
whatever.
So
So
that's
that's
just a
just a
part
part
of
of
the
the
DNA
DNA
of
of
these
these
Aryans
Aryans
or
or
whites
whites
or
or
whatever
whatever
they're
they're
called.
called.
Hundreds of years ago.
I've watched this video.
Hey,
Hey,
check
check
this
this
shit
shit
out.
out.
This
This
tripped
tripped
me
me
out.
out.
So
So
I'd
I
seen
seen
this
this
earlier,
earlier,
and I
and I
wasn't
wasn't
sure
sure
if
if
I
I
was
was
tripping.
tripping.
So I'm
So I'm
gonna
gonna
play it
play it
once, and
once,
then
and then
I'll
I'll
rewind it
rewind
and
it and
play it
play it
again
again
after I
after I
tell
tell
you
you
something.
So many times it just looks weird and creepy. Megan looks like a robot or mannequin, and the in-laws behind her are also very strange and looks like they are frozen in time, all of them. Very weird.
Look at how fake these are. These look insanely plastic, right? All
all
right,
right,
now
now
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
rewind
rewind
that.
that.
I've watched this video so many times it just looks
Now
weird
watch
and
this.
creepy.
Now this.
Megan looks like a robot or mannequin, and the in-laws behind her are also very strange
Does
Does
she
she
not
not
look
look
fake
fake
as
as
hell?
hell?
and looks like they are frozen in time, all of them. Very weird.
What is happening?
One of the craziest
That
That
was
was
pretty
pretty
insane,
insane,
guys.
glitches in the Matrix or time slip stories you'll ever hear about is Steve Kubacski's story from Michigan. Back in 1978, he was a student at Hope College. It was the winter time, so being an outdoorsman, he went out to cross-country ski across a frozen Lake Michigan, only he never came back. A big search party went out. Some snowmobilers came across his skis, poles, and backpack right there in the middle of the frozen lake, but no Steve. And there were footprints that extended from his gear, went out about 200 yards, and then they just stopped, like he'd been plucked up into the sky. Even though there was no broken ice or cracks, they figured he must have fallen in and drowned. A funeral was held. His school even gave him an honorary degree. But then 15 months later, well, Steve phoned home, and he claims he had no memory of the past 15 months. Said he woke up in a field in Pittsfield.
Damn,
Damn,
I
I
thought
thought
they
they
were
were
gonna
gonna
say
say
he
he
disappeared
disappeared
and
and
they
they
disappeared.
disappeared.
This fool
Fool
came back 15 years later.
Massachusetts. Got to a payphone, and that was it. He went on to
His
His
people still
still
had
had
the
the
same
same
phone
phone
number?
number.
live a regular life, and got a PhD, but still always claimed he had no clue what happened to him during the time he was
That's so
gone.
crazy.
Why do you think media is like, there's aliens, and then it's like, there's no aliens? Do you think it's just conditioning?
100%. They want to
Yeah.
roll it out because aliens will detach you from God. And I think
Hey,
Hey,
why
do you guys think
that?
that? Why do you guys think
that
that
government
government
is
is
always,
always,
oh,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna release
release
some
some
documents,
documents,
and
and
then
then
they
they
release
release
something
something
that's
that's
so
so
redacted
redacted
you
you
can't
can't
even
even
decipher
decipher
from
from
what's
what's
what.
what.
You know
You know
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean?
It's
It's like
they
they
want
want
us to
us to
know,
know,
but
but
they're
they're
scared to
scared to
tell us.
tell us.
You know
You
what
know
I
what I
mean?
mean?
Oh
Oh
man,
man,
what
what
about
about
that?
that? Oh, what the fuck?
How
How
about
about
now?
now?
There
There
shouldn't be
shouldn't be
one.
one.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Hold on. Jeez.
Maybe how
Maybe how
about
about
that?
that?
Still an
Still an
echo?
echo? How about now? Does that sound better? How about now? Good. Okay, a super long sentence is the brown fox jumped over the stupid cat. I don't know why they have to be stupid cats. I love our cats. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the show. Sorry about the echo, guys. I hope this is much better. My wife says it is. Fingers crossed.
Aliens are just angels and demons.
I mean, yeah, that's the side I side on. Just the supernatural of it all. Because you can go back way back in history and throughout scripture, it's like if you were to see that today, you'd be like, this is an alien invasion.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like these creatures, 4 wings, 4 heads, and it's like the wheel within the wheel.
You know, Aleister Crowley, obviously.
If I seen that today, I'd probably shit myself, honestly. Honestly, I think that one description of the angels that they just showed right there, let me see. Right there. Tell me that don't look like a moth.
And it's like these creatures, 4 wings, 4 heads, and it's like the wheel within the wheel.
You know, Aleister Crowley, obviously we're not a fan of that guy, but he talked that there will be an era of the Thoth, which is an old Egyptian god. You will see his return. When the sky is burning, and the angels and demons will return, and they will be called a different name. There's this belief that the name will be aliens.
Oh.
They're being sold to us as aliens.
Yeah.
There's a very famous study where the Pentagon stopped studies into aliens because everyone at the Pentagon came to believe it was angels and demons.
Wow.
Yes.
With all of the entities out there for like alien research and extraterrestrial research, all that, like, come on. You're telling me that they've literally invested billions of dollars into these different things, into these different outfits to keep finding zeros? You know what I mean? Keep coming up with zeros in their research? Nah, they're finding something and they're just not telling us.
Have you heard of the term fentanyl zombie? It's a shocking label for the devastating effects of fentanyl, a drug 50 times stronger than heroin. It overwhelms the nervous system, leading to a sense of euphoria that quickly gives way to loss of control and coordination. The hunched-over posture is indicative of the drug's overwhelming impact, as users may find themselves unable to maintain balance or coordination. Fentanyl tends to accumulate in the fat tissues, so for long-term users, it can take a long time for it to clear from the system. This leads to prolonged symptoms like the inability to stand straight without pain or discomfort.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
MJ!
I just thought that was
MJ, you're the GOAT. MJ, can you song, please? Come on, MJ.
JWST just released.
If you guys are struggling with addiction, get some help. There's a lot of people out there that are willing to help. That all you got to do is reach out to somebody. If you guys are actually looking for the help and you guys want it, you guys can find it. It's not that hard. All you got to do is take that initial step.
This crazy new image of the Sombrero Galaxy, a fitting name considering it looks like a sombrero. And this made me want to rank the top 5 craziest or creepiest space pictures ever taken. In number 5, I have this Hubble image of a planetary nebula that straight up just looks like an eye staring at us from 8,000 light years away. Number 4 is going to be this image of the Witch Head Nebula. It looks like a witch looking over to the right towards those beautiful stars. Number 3 is the ominous Hand of God Nebula. The hand is seen to stretch out into the cosmos, grabbing gas and dust. For number 2, I'm going to stick with this image of the first ever untethered spacewalk.
Hey, would you guys ever do an untethered spacewalk? I'm pretty sure my wife would only do the normal walk here on Earth. But you never know, I might be able to talk her into leaving this place. find out.
Really is just floating around out there. And finally, number 1 has to be this real image taken by JWST that shows a galaxy perfectly shaped like a question mark. Comment below which one you think is the creepiest.
According to a recent study, the transgender trend is starting to decline on campuses across the US. There's also a major rise in people who are trying to detransition, but are going to be living with lifelong consequences from the medical procedures and the medications that they've taken. And I think this is a perfect illustration as to why a lot of people had such a big problem with children.
Here's where I've had my problem this whole time with this transgender thing. You literally have children making that transition that aren't even ready. They don't even know. They think it's like, man, they see everybody skating, they want to start skating. It's like that old saying I always say, if you hang out at the barbershop long enough, you're going to get your hair cut. The same thing with transgender. If you hang around a bunch of transgender people all the time, you're going to think that that's what you want until it's not. And then you're stuck with all the consequences of your actions, of your choices, your parents' choices. Not even the child's choice half the time, it's the parents.
Trying to transition even if they weren't getting surgeries because they're too young to make those types of decisions, and there can be long-lasting side effects afterwards if they change their mind. Like myself, I got this stupid ass tattoo as a grown adult just because I was bored one day. I've lived with it for years even though I hated it, and finally the other day I went and got it covered up. But guess what? Going over all that scar tissue was a whole bitch, homie. And this is only the first session, but I gotta say, I absolutely love my Biceposaurus Rex. Now, I'm not negating the fact that there are people out there who
want a freaking Biceposaurus Rex,
who are actually struggling with gender dysphoria. But when things start to get pushed as a trend, especially on younger people, and it can have long-term consequences and side effects, I think that it's clearly abusive to rush them into making life-altering decisions. But what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments.
That's what I think. What do you guys think? Anyways, guys, that's it for the channel for today. I appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out what we have to react to. Be sure to hit that like and leave a comment. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys like what we have on the channel. Until next time, stay lifted.